Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, everybody just say, okay, she's recording, it's cool. Anyways, so we are gonna start something new. So y'all know, if you don't know, I host a chat. It's called Creating Daily Habits. And on that chat, every single day, I share in there just different tasks that I'm doing for the day. I'll share like scripts in there, follow-up scripts, different post ideas, things like that. And so we are going to change that up. I always put a checklist in there also. But I'm going to change that up. And we are going to stop doing that because I find that it's not very effective for the masses. I feel like some people check it off. Most people tend to forget to check it off. And then I find myself like, well, did they do it? Because I see that they posted, but they didn't check off that they posted. I don't want to be that annoying person that's like, did you do it? Whenever they're, when they're doing it. And so anyways, here's what we are going to do. We are going to shift, and I was going to start this until Monday or Friday, whatever day is the first. I think it's Monday. Anyway, I wasn't going to start it till then, but I think it would be good for us to go ahead and start creating the habit now. What do y'all think? Shara, and Shaniqua or whatever, Terry. There we go. I don't know why. I told her something else the other day. Something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday, so it's like the best time.
Yes. So I think it would be good. Starting tomorrow, I'll go in there and put it in there tomorrow so y'all won't see like the way that I have had it, like Monday task, Tuesday task. So the way that we're gonna put it in there is we are going to put it as like shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and we are going to start doing what's called a shifted task list. So let me see if I can get to where I can share my phone screen so I can show you guys all this.
Okay, so drop a number 1 in the chat if like your time management sucks and that's why your business has not been consistent. I'll drop a number 1. Okay. That's not going to change unless you decide it's going to change. So that's why we're getting this together, because no matter how busy your season, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, we preach all the time. You're going to know you're going to be busy. So why aren't you doing your work? I found myself in there. I found myself feeling sick and not wanting to do anything, not wanting to talk to anyone. But it's like, this business will follow through for you if you're consistent. And it'll be a lot like simpler, but honestly, on a day-to-day, like we can't let our business go for days at a time. We have to be on it. It's our business. How would it be if we had to go open up shop like every single day, go open the door for the business to like get money, So, this is where this shifted task list comes in, but you're going to be the one, and we'll get into that, I'm sure, to decide where you're going to do that. So I think that'd be a good thing, like to go around and be like, okay, when does this fit into my day? Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. So this is starting. Let me know. Can y'all see my screen? Yes, we're good. Perfect. Okay. So there's 2 different task lists. If y'all can't see that, pro tip, if you're ever on Zoom, you can't see, you can pinch your screen and zoom it in wherever you're at. Unless you're on a laptop, then I don't know what to tell you unless it's touch screen. But if you're on your phone, you should be able to pinch and pull. So there's 2 different ones. We have this one, and then we have one called a jogger task list. I will share both of these. I'm going to pin them to the top of the chat so that they're easily accessible for everybody. But this is going to give you guys good structure. Before I go into this and explain everything, I just want you to know, if you look at this and you see like, hey, there's something that I would like to add into my morning routine that I usually do that I've already made a habit, or I really feel like I need to get more customer driven. So today I'm going to send out, more customer messages at the end of the day where it says to do DT messages. So if you need to shift it, that's okay. That it's meant to cater to you. The whole point of this though is to create a system throughout your day so that you're staying structured and you're staying organized. You guys, there's stuff on my day-to-day task list. I'll show y'all. I use this Bella planner, whatever. I had it all checked off, and I went back through right before the Zoom started, and I was like, I wonder, because a lot of this sounds familiar, but if there's a check mark by it, it's not on that other list, like message team, make a post in the morning, TikTok or reel in the morning. I do those things in the morning, but it's not on the other list. So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate them. Same thing here in the afternoon. I like to follow up. It's not on the midday one, but I'm going to add it in. So if you need to make little tweaks like that onto your thing because you need a very visual, it's okay to add to it. Okay. I wouldn't take away from it, but you can add to it if there's things that you want to incorporate in there more. So there's two different ones. The difference in them. This one right here that just says shift task list. This is for the runners. Okay. This is somebody that's wanting to make this a full-time income. If you're wanting to be full-time, you have a lot of like room in your day for your business. I would say you have a good 2 hours in your business a day, 2.5 hours. This is a good list for you. This is the one that I would follow. And then we have the other one that's called a jogger shifted task list. And so this one is going to be for those that have a busier schedule. Maybe you have a full-time job and you're trying to fit this in on the side. This is for somebody that doesn't have just all day to kind of fit something into their schedule. They're not at home already, that type of thing. So here is what they consist of. Let me zoom this in. So your morning one, it needs to be before noon. If it says morning, let's try to get it done before noon, you guys. If you have to wake up earlier, you need to make your business a priority and wake up earlier. I mean, I hate to tell you, but wake up, Buttercup. I have to get up at 5 a.m. and I hate it. But I have to do that so that I can get my morning task list done, because after that, it's chaos. Once those kids wake up, if you got babies at home, once they're awake, there's no more you time until they're, at school or eating lunch or whatever. So morning task list. For the joggers, it would be just interacting for 5 minutes, adding 25 friends, checking on host posts from yesterday, stories, getting your host to post messages out on Facebook and on Instagram. You should be utilizing both platforms, you guys. I know sometimes we say don't try to pull from all the hats, but it's really not that hard. I've tested this today. I timed myself doing these tasks. It literally didn't even take me an hour to do this morning task list. Okay. It took me maybe 30 minutes. It's really not that hard, even when you're utilizing both platforms. It's not. You just have to set your timer. You have to be intentional. And the more that you do it, the quicker you will get at it. Okay. So maybe it will take you a little bit longer when you first start, but remember, it's your day one. Your thumbs are going to get quicker because your brain, it'll become a habit. Okay. This is habit stacking. And so it'll eventually become second nature and it won't be that tough. Getting up a post, if that's something you struggle with, if it takes you 10 minutes, 30 minutes to think of a post, well then, baby girl, plan for your business. Let Sunday or Saturday, one day on your weekend, be a planning day, and you plan out all the posts for that week. So then that's not a stressful thing. That's like a 30-second task for you. Just go copy what you already typed up and post it. So you can pre-plan a lot of the stuff. Happy birthdays, quick and simple, you guys. 25 reach out messages. For me, my messenger, super touchy, okay? Very touchy. I used to be able to do like 50 messages here and 70 there, and like all the messages galore. I can't anymore. I get in messenger jail real easy. So that's why I'm loving this task list, because it has those 25 on there throughout the day. 25 messages. For me, that looks like doing 15 and 15. I do 30. I go 5 over, but I do 15 and 15. I do 15 cold messages, 15 DT messages, and I do that on both platforms. It just says 25 though, so if you only want to utilize one, that's fine. Inbox cleanup, that's just checking back with whoever, after you've gotten all these messages out, who has replied to you. Don't reply back to anyone until you get everything else done on that task list though, because you'll get sucked into the hole and you won't get anything else done, or it'll take you hours instead of minutes. Okay. So try to make that a last one. And then asking 5 people into the business, that's your DT message. Afternoon task list is interacting, checking on people who said that they would post yesterday but didn't, bumping old hosts to post, add 25, reel or a TikTok. You need to be doing that. Non-negotiable. If you're serious about your business, get on all the platforms. Yes, seriously, Rosa, set yourself, like, maybe put yourself in airplane mode or something. If you struggle with seeing like notifications and stuff pop up, maybe you put yourself in like do not disturb or whatever it's called on your phone, so that maybe it'll help a little bit. But yes, Reel or TikTok, it's on both task lists, you guys. I know a lot of you, it scares the living out of you. Okay. I know it's scary. Okay. Joni Baloney's laughing at me because I can see the sweat just dripping off of her already. She's scared. It's okay. You guys, why don't you do this? Make your life a little bit easier every time I go somewhere, if I take my kids to the park, if we're going on a walk, if we're walking through the grocery store, like whatever, that's content. Okay. Pull your phone out, grab your video camera on your regular camera, or you can pull it up on TikTok if you want the filter, or on Instagram, you can do the boomerang. Those make amazing TikToks too. Boomerangs do. Grab your little phone and record you walking through the grocery store, like your buggy being pushed through. Your face doesn't have to be in it. Your kids running ahead of you on the sidewalk when you're going on a walk. Whatever it is, you can record things that aren't your face to make content on Instagram, Reels, and TikToks also, you guys. So it doesn't always have to be your face, but that comes back to planning ahead. Make your life easier. Already have them recorded. On my TikTok, you guys, I have a little folder. I'll show y'all. Hold on, I don't know what's going to play. Sorry. Okay, sorry. On my TikTok, I have a folder saved where I go through during the week, and you can see it says recorded. These are the ones that I've already recorded. So mostly Sam Bowers, because I'm obsessed with her TikTok right now. But I've already recorded these 7 TikToks. I've already got like my face. They're in my drafts. I just need to come here, take a screenshot, and copy what this person said, because I'm a copy paste type of gal when it comes to TikTok. Like, we are not original over here. I just copy and paste. So I have her stuff. I have it already recorded where I done it. And then I'm just going to come back here and take the words later on in the week. So it's already pre-planned. So here they are. There's the ones that I've already recorded. All of these already recorded. And I forgot to put some of them in a folder. So now I don't know what words to put with them, but they're recorded. So plan ahead and get your stuff done, just like whenever you're doing posts. And that'll make TikToks and Reels less stressful. The other thing, 25 post stories, reach out, inbox cleanup, follow up, asking 5 people into the business. And then on this jogger task list, you can see there's only a morning and an afternoon. So if you are working, that works out perfect. Morning, get up earlier before you go to work, so you can do it then. Afternoon is whenever you get home and you have time to. Okay, I'm not going to tell you when, but you can kind of look at your schedule and figure it out. Is it before you cook dinner? Is it while you're cooking dinner? Is it, while you're listening to Zooms? Whatever it is. And then you have the extras that would be like, sorry guys. Y'all have some extras that would be like brownie points, which is interacting for 5 minutes and doing your inbox cleanup. So that is the jogger task list. This is the runner, okay? If you're my runner, here you are. Up here's your AM, your morning time. It's basically the same, okay? Doing birthdays, 25 reach out, all the things. These are basically the same. Y'all aren't in kindergarten. I won't read the whole thing to y'all again. Afternoon is basically, once again, the same thing, okay? Then the different thing is y'all don't have bonuses. Y'all have an evening task. So we have morning time, we have afternoon, and we have evening. So the way that I have that planned in my life is my morning is, yes, personal development is always priority. And so I have my morning, which is I get up at 5 a.m. The first thing I do is my personal development. I go straight into prayer time, reading my Bible, like all of my personal development things that I do. Then I go into my task, my morning task. My afternoon is around lunch. I try to do it around lunch. Today, a little bit delayed. I had to do it in the car line and then finish it up when I got home. So if it has to be delayed, it's fine. My evening is always while I'm listening to a Zoom or after I get off Zoom at night. I'll stay up, like it takes me like 30, 40 minutes to do this. So it's not a big deal. So anyways, that's how I have mine scheduled out, but you can look at your schedule and see. And then of course there's checklists so that you can check it off. You guys print these out so that you will have them. If you don't have a printer and you have an iPhone, you can use this app. My printer's broken, so I'm using Freeform right now. And you can see I'm using Freeform and I've just been checking it off. So you can use that app too if you need it, like here, because you don't have a printer. Okay, that is the task list. I'm going to put it in there every single day. If you're not in our where's that? Okay, creating daily habits chat, you need to be in this chat, just like you could see with the Monday task. I am just going to put in there, it'll be I will not title it the day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. And yes, if you're not in there, get with your upline. I'm also going to put the link back in Diamond Empire after we get off of here too, so that it'll be, everybody will be able to find it. So anyways, I'll put it in there. Mondays shift, Tuesdays shift, etc. And I'm going to have AM or morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay. If you're just doing the regular one, there is going to be a 4th poll that just says done. So you check off your morning when you're done, your afternoon, and then if you're done for the day, check done. Okay. And this is going to be a good way for us to be able to say, hey, this person's getting this done, this person's getting that done, but we can also see who's doing the sprinting task, who's doing the running task, so that we can give you the best leadership, basically. And so just make sure that you are going in there, you're checking your box, because as your leaders, whoever your upline is, we're going to be watching that and reaching out to you. So if I see at the end of the day, one day that I'm going to pick on you, Joni, because I love you. If I see at the end of the day that Joni didn't get her morning task done, I'm like, girl, it is 5 p.m. Where's your morning task? And I'm going to get on her booty about it, because as a leader, we love you guys and we want to see you succeed. And we know that sometimes you just need the extra kick in the behind, okay? Sometimes I need the extra kick in the butt, or the reminder to say, hey, where are you at, okay? So I am going to do that. I know it's kind of scary whenever new stuff goes away. So I just want y'all to know that you're not going to lose access to like posting ideas. Like I always put story ideas in here, follow-up ideas, stuff like that. I'm still going to post all of those things. So don't freak out. It's still going to be there, but we're just changing the poll up a little bit, because what we're doing right now poll-wise hasn't been very effective. And I want something that's going to be effective so that you guys can start seeing success and creating those good, healthy habits, which is the whole point of this thing. So with all that being said, I feel like I'm tongue-tied. One more thing that I'm going to add in, as far as while we're talking about trackers, is on the 15th of every month, I do a customer focused Zoom where we just get on and we talk. Here is a great thing. I will make sure that I pin this in the chat also, but it's for your Perks members. You can write their name down, the date that they joined, what products they're using, and then this will give you a good checklist to be able to check off if you check in with them for day 2, just to see like, have you gotten your stuff? Week 2, month 2, ask about the business, that type of thing. So just making sure, and my day 2 will probably be like, I tell my customers, tell me when you get your product. Probably not gonna message them 2 days later because shipping ain't that fast. But I'll probably like 2 days after they tell me they got their product, I'll check in. How are you liking it? Did you, try the creamer I suggested with the coffee? Whatever. 2-week check-in, seeing how their results are coming. How is their body feeling? They should be feeling something by now. 2-month check-in, once again, same thing. And then offering them the business is the other check. So this will be a good way to just keep up with customers and hopefully build some good customer retention, you guys. So anyways, there's that. Okay, so last thing is, are you guys open to, not are you guys, how about who all is all open to, drop a 1 in the chat. If, or 2, we're on a number 2, drop a 2 in the chat if you feel like you need an accountability partner.
Just to like kind of clarify what an accountability partner is, it's not someone that's going to drag you down. It's someone that's going to be like, hey, you said you were going to get this done. Have you gotten it done? Or like, hey, like, what do you feel like you need help with? Or let's do a power hour together. Like, it's like a buddy, like stick with your buddy. That always like sticks in my head, like it's an accountability partner that's going to add to you, not take from you. You shouldn't feel drained. You shouldn't feel drained by having an accountability partner. You should feel empowered. So, like, I don't know, but okay. One thing I do want to clarify, and I know like Becca's leadership is different than mine and like Shara's, we're all very different in our leaderships. Becca will go to you and be like, hey, where are you? You didn't get this done. Where's your task list? Where's this? I'll be honest with my girls. I love y'all. But I'm like, we're big girls. We're grown-ups. I shouldn't be having to manage you. First of all, I hate being a manager. Like, I don't want to be your manager. I want to be your friend and like your freaking, like, I don't know, I just want us to rise up together, but I don't want to have to pull you along. Okay, if I'm going to be 100% transparent. I want you to win so bad, but you need to want it for yourself more than I want it for you. And that includes you showing up for yourself. So, but okay, we have a lot of people that do want accountability partners.
Okay, so we have odd numbers. We need one more person to make this even. So I have Rosa, Christy, Joni, Miriam, and Takia. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to match you guys up. we are going to give you guys an accountability partner, and then we're going to give you guys some expectations to hold each other to.
And I'll be honest, throughout my years, I've been through a lot of accountability partners. I've been through a lot. Okay. A lot of them aren't here anymore. A lot of them like were, but they weren't matching my work ethic that I was trying to like get to. You know, they were kind of like slower, where I'm like trying to like freaking go because I need this money, you know? And we all joined. Obviously, we all love each other, but we joined to make money. It's a business opportunity, you know? So
Okay,
like,
we have an even number. So I got a private message. We have an even number.
oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, so are y'all good with that? Are y'all good with us pairing y'all, or do you want to pair yourself? If you're good with it, if you dropped a 2 and you're cool with that, drop a 3, I guess.
Of course, we shoot a 35.
Okay, y'all are cool with it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna do a random name draw. Is what we're gonna do. So it's Rosa. Rosa, you are gonna be with. Hold on. My wheel is slow. You're gonna be with Takia. Rosa and Takia. So you guys link up like privately in inboxes, and then Miriam and Christy. So y'all can link up privately in inboxes, and let me just tell you this. That doesn't have to be the end all be all, okay? So first of all, you need to be a good accountability partner, okay? And we have to also go into accountability partners knowing that not everybody clashes, okay? We have to, just like Terry was saying, she's been through a lot of accountability partners. Same, I've been through a lot of accountability partners, okay? And there's gonna be sometimes you just don't align with someone, and that's okay. But if who we matched you up with winds up not to be the vibe for you, then you can always go to Road to VIP, go into our Diamond Empire chat or our page, go into the Central Region page or whatever your regional page is, and find you an accountability partner. I have literally, for one of my girls before, posted in our regional page and said, hey, I have a girl that is this rank. She's looking to get here. This is what she's bringing to the table. This is what she expects from an accountability partner. Who's down? And she found an accountability partner doing that. So if you need to do that, that's okay. Okay. So what is a good accountability partner? I think we can all share some good tips on this. First of all, you need to figure out how they operate. Okay, how do they operate? Are they a little bit more soft-spoken? Do they need a swift kick in the butt? How do they operate? Because you want to make sure that you're being a good friend to them, but you're holding them accountable for their actions. So you are not there to be their babysitter. Let's just say that. Don't expect anybody to be your babysitter. You need to make sure that you are you're being accountable for your own actions. You're checking in with them, but you give what you get, basically. And so don't go to them with complaining. No negativity. Nobody wants to hear it. Post ain't working. Your accountability partner is not the person to tell that to. Go talk to your therapist. That's not the person to tell that to, because it's not fair of you to bring them down whenever they're trying to. You guys are supposed to lock arms, figure it out, and push up together, but not bring the other person down with your negativity. So make sure that you are being a good accountability partner, okay? Trying to think, Terry, do you have some other like good recommendations? That's like always my main thing, is the negativity thing, because it can affect them so badly, and you don't want to do that to someone.
Yes, no, mainly that, because that does matter. Like, let's say you're having a bad day, or you just got a bad comment on host post, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, look at this, I just got this, blah blah. It's a good teaching moment, but you can't dwell on that, because what happens is that person's gonna, they're like, I'm a badass at hosted posts, I'm getting all these hosted posts up, and then they see that and they're like, oh my gosh, like fear and doubt automatically sinks in, and then they're like, what if I get comments like that? Oh my gosh, like I've had people literally stop their business because they're scared to host a post. They're scared of the hosted post. And as we all heard in the Done Zoom, Host to post is still freaking rapid fire. It's making people money, and we have to remove the emotions, you guys. Like I before I forget, I have to say this. I thought about it today, and I'm like, okay. What makes you money is not always going to make you comfortable. And so, what is a really good host to post that people are using? And it's the volunteers needed, blah, blah, blah. I've always been very iffy with that. And I know it's like my mindset because it's supposed to be to like bring in the masses to comment. And then from there, you weed them out. But I've always been like, oh, I'm not gonna, but it's making people money. It's making people a lot of money. And it's not like you're not running your business on lies, but let's be honest, you need a massive amount of people to filter through. And the reason why we're like sometimes at a standstill is because we're not talking to a massive amount of people. But I know I wasn't willing to get uncomfortable. So I've probably shut down a bunch of money along the way. And I know I'm saying money a lot, but like put a number 4 in the chat if recently you had to say something, you had to say no to something for yourself or something your kids wanted or something in your household that you needed. You had to say no or you didn't have the money for it and that hurt you. That you're like, why am I in this situation? If I have an opportunity that's so freaking big and amazing that can make us, our family, like literally change everything, why am I in this situation? Okay, number 4 here too, same, okay? Same, literally same. And that's because we're not open to 100% to like being uncomfortable because we're still, our emotions are still connected to our business. And we need to be like, not a robot, but we need to have a system that's ongoing and like remove, because how many of you guys have asked every single person who posted for you this month to join the business? All of them. Have you asked everyone? Yeah, me either. And then we're wondering why we don't have enrollments. You know, it's that system. You have to remove the emotions. You have to just do the work. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Also, an accountability partner needs to be somebody that's willing to push them out of their comfort zone. You should not let them have a pity party, okay? I'm not getting PTs. Well, then say, baby girl, have you put up a TikTok today? Have you talked in your stories today? Have you went live this week? Like, you need to be somebody that calls them out and calls them higher, but make sure that you do it from a loving way. You know, that's why it comes back to knowing their personality. Are they a yellow? Do they need you to kind of like mama bear them a little bit? Or are they a red and they just need a punch in the face? Or what do they need from you that actually motivates them? Do it.
Maybe don't hit anyone.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm red. Sometimes I just think so.
I love that. I love that though. But like, it also is someone who encourages you. Like Becca will, I remember she told Shara and I, she was like, you guys, I'm making all these phone calls and I'm enrolling a whole bunch of distributors and they're all coming from phone calls and phone interviews. I'm like, what? Like I felt the FOMO. I'm like, I need to get on phone calls. I need to do what she's doing. I don't know what the heck I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to get on a phone call. After you get over that very first phone call, and I know Rosa, you've done you've done the phone calls. After you get over that first one, they get easier and easier and easier. So, don't overcomplicate it. And literally, if you're like, okay, I don't even know, like I do want to offer the phone call, but I don't. When you're asking people about the business, you can even ask them, would you rather me give you a quick call or do you want me to send you over the information through text? It's just so much faster if I call you. Give them the option because some people will just be busy and you'll never get on a phone call. But some people, they'd rather hear you and hear your voice and know that you're a real person. That's just how people are. And the closing rate for phone calls is a lot higher than just texting. But yeah, I said the phone calls because I remember Becca encouraged me to start doing the phone calls because we're all accountability partners here. And like, she said it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt FOMO. I have to go do it. I have to try it, you know? So it's that, sharing the tips and encouraging each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically just positivity, uplifting each other. Y'all are each other's hype girls. You're each other's best friends, but you're the tough love best friend. You're not the best friend that they go out on a date with a boyfriend that's trash and you just don't know how to have the heart to tell them about it. No, you're the best friend that opens your mouth and gets your friend out of a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the friend that checks them when they need checked because you love them. So that's kind of what an accountability partner relationship is like. That's my bad cheesy, comparison. Okay, so Shara has something super exciting that she also wants to share with us that she's going to be doing to close the month out.
Yes, and I would say also with the accountability partners real quick, just like figure out your schedules. Like if some of you work a day job and others don't, figure out when you want to connect with each other. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different accountability groups in here. So I think it's definitely a must. Okay, so if you're not familiar with what a messenger party is, I'm offering to do one Wednesday night at 8:30 Central Time, okay? Since we have, you guys, we have the best offers right now to close out August so strong. We have no subscription fee, which I don't think it's a bad thing when we do, but we don't have to have it for the last 3 days of the month. And we have 50% off. We have enrollments for $49. I've been sharing my codes with my girls. So, I mean, it's totally up to you if you do that, but it's awesome, you guys. So what I'm going to do is put together a messenger party, and we did one a while back and it was a really big one. And I'm opening it up to you guys. If you want to be on it, I'll get a thing started tomorrow. I wasn't going to mention anything to like any of my potentials tonight, because if I can enroll people tonight, then I want to get them going. But like tomorrow, I will get the chat started. And then I will kind of probably have Becca and Terry kind of help invite their teams and stuff too, or put it in the Diamond Empire page. And we'll kind of have a message there on what you can send to somebody. So you don't have to think, how do I invite them? But the thing is, don't add them until they say yes, okay? I don't know about you guys, but I get invited to Pampered Chef and 31 parties all the time, and I never remember being asked, or I never said yes, okay? So just make sure that we're not that person, because we do, and I'm not knocking any other companies, it's just that's one thing that we just don't do. So we want people there because they actually want to be there, because we're gonna go through it really fast. My goal is to get it done in 30 minutes, and then have a couple of the girls be answering questions. Now, the last time my team and I did this, we had a really good, we had so much chatter going on that I had to stop for a minute so I could plug in, because I love to answer questions. But it was so good. And some of our team came from that. We had customers come from that. So I'm excited to do this. Like I said, Wednesday night at 8:30 Central. And what I always put in the blurb that when we invite people, I always make sure to let them know that if they can't tune in live, still accept the invite, because they can come back and watch it later, or when their kids go to bed, or if they have to get up and work early and they want to see it in the morning. But the big push is going to be that we have that no subscription through Thursday night. So I'm also running a contest with my girls right now to kind of give them an extra push, because we've got some rubies popping, we've got some executives going, and it's pretty exciting right now. So if you guys went in on that, I'm going to invite you in on that. I don't know what else I was going to say. I wanted to say one other thing, because I have been doing some coaching with another coach. I don't know if Terry and I've talked about her before, Jessie Lee. She's absolutely amazing. And some stuff that I'm learning from her and from some of her mentors and people she's trained as well is this business works 100% for 100% of the people that do the work. So people will come in and they will tell you, I tried something before, it didn't work for me. It's just like the whole product thing. I tried these products before, or I tried another company and they didn't work, but how many times did you use them, right? So just like what the girls were saying, if you're not doing the hosted post, if you're not opening your mouth and using your voice, getting uncomfortable, you guys, I've started taking my story that I do every single morning on Instagram, it shares it to Facebook. Now I copy it and I put that on my TikTok story every single morning, and my TikTok has grown. And sometimes if I don't have time my phone gets really full because I take a lot of pictures. So I'll just go right over there and I'll do it on my story on TikTok. And I actually have a message that I got from a girl just a little bit ago that found me on, because I said, hey, what's your first name? Where are you from? And how'd you find me? And her name was like Liz from Ohio, and she found me on TikTok. And I'm like, sweet. So like they said, be out there. And I just want to share this funny story. This is another thing I told Terry and Becca this the other day. I'm in a decent sized community. I say small town, but it's like 8 to 10,000 people. And I do work at a courthouse here. So I've had that job for 20 years. And I walked into the store the other day, and this is so funny, but the point of this story is to put yourself out there on social media. Okay. We're nobody different from anybody else. I'm just that crazy old lady, I say, that dances in my kitchen and does funny, goofy things, but I want to lift somebody up on a bad day, or I'll share a picture and a video of my grandson because he's the cutest darn thing I've ever seen. But the thing is, I'm walking into the store and this other lady gets out at the same time and she's like, hi. And I said, hi. And she says, I should know you. And I said, and I knew who she was right away. And she says, and I said my name at the same time. And she says, oh, yeah, I see you on Facebook. And she goes, you're that healthy one. And then she knew my name. And then as we walk in, she was just super, super friendly. I got her name. And then she hollers from the other aisle. You guys, this is so funny. But she goes, you're even prettier in person. And I'm like, oh, my God. It was so funny in the middle of Fairway. But it's just like, I know a lot of people in my community because of my job. But at the same time, that was just, you're that Facebook one. You know what I mean? So just be out there, put yourself out there, because I didn't know she was watching. We're not even friends on Facebook, right? So I don't know, just a little plug to, just like they said, get uncomfortable and just go for it, because if people don't want to watch it, they can go right by it. But that's what I got.
Yes, I love it. I'm excited, you guys. We have so much going on to end month end strong. End it strong. So much can happen. So much volume can come in. So many people come into your team. Don't forget to pray over your business. Pray over your shift before you do your shift. And remember to check them in, or to check them off throughout the day, so that we can help hold you accountable too. But I think that it's going to be a good shift. I think it's going to be a good change. And if you will implement it, stick to it, even if you have to set alarms to remind you for the first few weeks until it becomes habit. If you'll stick to it, in 90 days from now, you will see massive results. But you have to stick to it at least 6 days a week. At least 6 days a week, you guys.
Oh, here's a quick tip before we get off. Write down like every single hour of the day. Okay. Write down like, I don't know, 4 or 5 a.m. up until like midnight. Okay. Write every single hour and then block off times where you're like, absolutely, you cannot work. Okay. So like block off dinner, block off maybe one of your kids' activities. Maybe you're super busy like at a certain time in the morning, like block those off. Or if you have work, okay, block those off. And then you're gonna be able to see what time frames or what hours you actually do have available. And some of you might have more hours than what you think. You might be like, oh, like what am I doing from 5 to 6 or 5 to 7? You'll be like, okay, I could fit a quick power 30 and get one of the task lists done, one of the shifted task lists done, because it doesn't take long. We make it take long, okay? By trying to think of when's the perfect time to do it. So that's what's gonna take you forever. Do that. Do yourself a favor and do that. Block off the times where you won't be able to work, and then fit in. My advice, and this is again my advice, is do it before you start your day. Do one of the tasks. Do one of your AM blocks before work, before your kids get up, before starting to get your kids ready for school. I know that's what Becca does. She wakes up early. She gets one of her shifts. She does her best to get one of the shifts done before she wakes up her kids for school. I know Shara, she does it in the morning. I do it in the morning before we get our homeschooling started. And then you can do like another shift during your lunch break, or during, when the kids are settled down, having a snack or eating or whatever, but you are the boss. You tell your time where it's going to go. You look at the shifted task list and say, I am going to commit to myself. I'm going to promise to myself and set that standard for myself that I'm going to do this before I start this habit, before I make my coffee, or when I make my coffee, I'm going to sit down and do this. Make that your standard. Okay, because, and I've said this before, you lack confidence because you've broken promises to yourself. you've told yourself, I'm gonna do this, and then you don't do it, and then that's like, ugh, a gut punch. I did it again. Why did I do it again if I knew that that was gonna happen? If I didn't do it. So look at your time, know when you're gonna do that, and we're gonna be able to see in the chat. I'm pretty excited. We're gonna see in the chat around what time you vote, around what time you tell us you got it done. And I mean, for most of us, it should be around the same time every single day because we're gonna create a habit. It's not gonna be just like out of nowhere. We're gonna try to create that habit and get it done. A lot of these things are just repetitive. It's the same thing, just over and over. Like that's it. But scheduling wise, that's my biggest tip. And then reply to messages. Okay, you guys, I'm calling myself out. I have been horrible at answering messages. Okay, like you know how some of you are like, oh, I stop what I'm doing and I go answer messages and then I don't get the rest sent out. No, I'm like, I get my messages sent out, but I'm like not replying to the ones that answered because I'm trying to get my messages sent out again while I have time. And so then my inbox just stacks up. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, like I have to stop that. And it's all okay, this is gonna be silly. This is gonna be silly, okay? But I'm gonna say this anyways. And I got mad at myself and I was crying to Leo because of this. So I was venting to him and I was telling him how like of course, like I wish my business was, I love my business, but I know that I'm the only one to blame when it comes to like volume not being where it's at, my consistency and all that, okay? Have you ever heard the phrase where it's like how you do something is how you do everything? So how you do one thing is how you do everything. I was wearing sandals, okay? I was wearing sandals, I had my feet up and I start crying and I tell Leo, look at my toes. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, look at my toes. First of all, I'm not even gonna spend money to go get a pedicure when I'm trying to like pay for other things, right? But I'm like, my toes, they literally have like nail polish scraped off. I've been trying to like paint my toes, cut my toenails. I don't know why I want to cry right now. But I was so upset at myself because I'm like, it's not that I haven't been able to make the time. It's just that I haven't done it. I've just slacked off. I don't feel like I'm taking care of myself. I mean, how many of you guys feel me? You don't feel like you take care of yourself as a mom or as a wife because you're trying to take care of everything else. That you're like, F me, right? Like, I'm not going to take care of me. Well, this is why I started crying because I'm like, everything has to change. Like how I do something should be how I do everything. So if I'm not even taking the initiative to freaking do my toes, take 5-10 minutes to freaking fix my toes, when I've had 5 or 10 minutes, I just decided not to do it. Like having that urgency to take care of what needs to get done. That to me was like the biggest like disappointment in myself. And that's why I started crying. And, you know, Leo's like, okay, well, just repeat after me. And I'm like, shut up, you know, but he's like, repeat after me. You got to say it out loud. Say, I feel defeated. I have not been blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I feel defeated, crying, you know, like, oh, like, whatever. This is literally me and Leo, okay? And then he's like, okay, now you got to change it around. And this is literally how he talks to me. He's like, now you got to say, I'm a bad bitch. Okay, I'm getting it done. Nobody outworks me. Like, no, you know, he's like hyping me up. And it's so true. You have to speak to yourself like that because no one's going to be your biggest hype girl. Okay, you have to be that for you. And that's going to change everything. But oh, yeah, like, honestly, like, it's just those things to me was like, okay, what am I doing? Why am I being lazy? Why am I procrastinating something that can get taken care of so quickly? So that was my little spiel about why I was crying, because I guess I needed to tell you guys why I was crying. My little lesson to myself where it's like, okay, yeah, I know life gets busy. Yeah, I know that. But you know, you can take care of some things and you don't do it because you just decide not to. And that's not okay. Like, how are you going to respect yourself if you don't keep your own little promises, you know? So that was my biggest thing. Thanks guys for hearing me out. But take this shifted task list, change things around for your business, because I know that we're all here to change our families' lives. And this is like a tool. This is a tool, you guys. Okay. It's literally like, and Courtney has said it, like, do this to the T, you will have enrollments. You will make money. You will get 4-in-1s. You will get the builder bonuses if you're new. But, and even John says it, we can give you guys all their promotions. We can give you all the things that you can do that you need to do. But if you don't do it, that's on you.
Mhm.
So like, if I don't get this done, it's on me. So that would be my biggest advice. Just get to it.
Yep. And right on that, so like what she's saying, perfect example, what I would say is as soon as you get off of here, if it's like time for you to go to bed, I get it. Send out 10 messages for host to post before you go to bed. The best thing in the morning is waking up and having people say, hey, yeah, sure, I'll post. And then you can send them the posts that, we can help you with what to send. But if you're new, get that done and do that right away in the morning. It's the best feeling. It's the best feeling. And what else was I? Yes, TikTok. Yeah. Get lost in that.
Get it done early in the morning. There was a time, all of us, we literally got a shift done early. It was super early. And then we're like, dang, I feel like I have so much time right now.
It's
like,
such a good feeling.
Like 10 a.m. And we're like, wow, I've gotten a lot done. Like, it feels really good when you get stuff done early.
Well, and the more you can get done now, real quick, is we already know there's going to be a lot of stuff announced here in the next month. We know it's going to be huge. And you want to have all those people that post for you, all those messages you get out are all going to be potentials that you're going to, if they don't say yes now, they're going to probably in September. So we just don't know what all's coming, you guys, but we've got to get your charts out, like they said, or your lists going, have all these people. So, and I've been really bad. These guys know I'll hold on to, well, so-and-so was going to order. They were going to order. Life happens every single day to all of us. So we know it happens to our potentials, right? We know it happens to everybody. So we can't just, and I'm speaking to the choir here, we can't just hang on to those few people that said, hey, we're going to order today. We have to keep going and asking more. That's why host to post it's the thing. It's the way to do it. And your voice.
If you're not growing, you're dying. So if you are just relying on those same old conversations, that's why y'all have a binder full of people from all the way back in 2018. If I clung to every single person in there that said yes, I wouldn't have a business today, okay? Because if you're not growing, you're dying. You cannot rely just because they said they's interested. They're probably going to order in 5 years. Let's just be real, okay? Maybe in 2 months if we're lucky. But you always have to be finding new people. You always have to be bringing new people into your network. That's why it's so important to do the things like she was saying. Old conversations are sometimes really dry. And so you just have to try to revive them, building that relationship a little bit more. Maybe sending those happy birthday messages. I've cut out offering samples. I haven't done that in like all month, I don't think, offering samples to birthdays. Instead, I'm just using it as a way to build interaction. And it's helping a lot. I'm just saying, happy birthday, hope you have a blessed day, whatever. And I get a lot of thank yous and I just build relationship. Awesome. What's your day going to be like? How are you doing? And a lot of those people are people that I talk to that I've had on my potential list for years. So, and it helps revive those conversations. So
now you can follow up with them later. And they'll probably post for you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you guys have anything else that you want to add? Terry G does?
Yes, one last thing. So I've noticed, because I've added more friends. Like, I've deleted a whole bunch of friends that like never posted for me. Literally, I like bubbles, and like they never, like the only message from them to me was entry, like a long time ago. So I deleted all those people. Well, not all those, but like I deleted those people. But what has really been working for me is I'm having people post the how many kids do you have in school this year, like back to school, like the giveaway. And everyone who comments, I just like reply to their comment, hey, add me as a friend and message me August, giveaway is hosted on my page. That's it. Like, I have them just message me and they're adding me. So all day long, I'm getting friend requests. And I'm getting new friends. That has been helping so much. And if you just add that extra touch as like, as soon as you see a friend request pop in, go and interact on their page, go and like their stuff, laugh at their funny memes or whatever, that's going to make them stay, even if they don't post for you. So that is really big for me right now. I wouldn't recommend, and I'm trying to change this, I wouldn't recommend just doing giveaway host posts. Like, you want to do giveaway and like gummies, but do a lot of them. So you have a whole bunch of conversations going and you grow your network massively while you're posting. That was it.
Mhm.
Yeah, also, just an update, our team Zoom this next week will not be Monday. It will be Tuesday the 5th. So if you have it in your calendars, go ahead and edit it. It'll be Tuesday the 5th is it still at 8:30, Terry? 7:30. Tuesday the 5th at 7:30. So it'll be next day up an hour, but we'll have a really special guest on. Can we tell them the name? Can we tell them?
Well, okay, so let me just say a little bit about her. Some of you know her, some of you are in her downline. But I mean, I think so, unless that wasn't the case, but I think that was the case. So she's like got a beautiful little family, super huge on Instagram. Like that's where I started following her, super huge on Instagram. And a lot of her what's it called, downline is very successful. And I know their team literally grew their businesses with cold messaging, literally like messaging like crazy down Instagram and all the messaging and stuff. But she's also very big in her faith. So I'm excited for you guys to hear her.
Yes. She's a top income earner too. So anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited. She's going to Jamaica. I feel like she earns all of the things. So she'll be an amazing guest. If y'all like Jenica, you'll like her. So anyways, make sure that y'all plug in and edit your calendars for next week, and then we'll go back to regular Monday night. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for hopping on with us.